No, do not adjust your television sets. You're watching the right program. This is ECW, and that clown is in the wrong place.
Wrestling fans, in the corner to my right, our wild card entry, Doink!
Oh, did he take a wrong turn on the Jersey Turnpike?
At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Paul E. Dangerously!
And he has dealt with enough clowns in his career, and he's going to take it out on
And
Doink.
his entry in the tournament, 9-1-1!
And if I were a betting man, and I am, I'll bet 911 grew up as the type of kid who hated clowns at the circus and cheered for the line to bite the guy's head off in the cage. Paulie going over the game plan with 911. It appears very simple. Grab the clown by the neck, choke slam him, get the pin. Apparently the fans here in the ECW arena not very appreciative of the ring persona of Doink the Clown. Apparently Doink's never been to Philadelphia. Well, as we all know, Doink, an excellent technical wrestler. He's displayed that in other wrestling organizations. Let's see if he decides to employ that scientific mat wrestling against 911. I believe it's his only hope. Every fan here in the ECW arena is dialing 911 in unison with Paulie Dangerously, and this is one emergency situation which will not take long to rectify. Doink inviting 911 into the corner, sliding through the legs of 911. Again, ducking the choke slam. Oh no! He's got him by the throat! Where's Dink now? The fans are on their feet! Doink the Clown is going up and down! Bye-bye, sad clown! Curtain call is over! 911 has just choke slammed the outsider! And the fans are chanting one more time. You know, I'm supposed to be objective, but what the hell? This guy doesn't belong here. This is ECW. This is hardcore. You want to be a clown? Take 95 back to Connecticut. Up and down goes Doink the Clown. And again, the fans are chanting one more time. And quite frankly, usually I'm offended by the actions of 911 and Paulie Dangerously, but somebody's got to eliminate this element from this great sport. Up and down once more, and that is all for Doink the Clown. 1, 2, and 3, and 911 has proven his superiority once again. Oh boy, Paulie's got the mic.
This ain't no freaking circus. This is ECW.
One clown down, Bischoff and McMahon remain. This is the ECW arena. I love this place. Hello, everyone, and welcome to NW. That is, welcome to Eastern. This whole situation will be self-explanatory by the end of the program. In any case, I am Joey Styles, and this is the ECW, and tonight we crown a new NWA World Heavyweight Champion. In addition, we'll have a Singapore caning match between Tommy Dreamer and the Sandman, who will be accompanied by his manager, Woman. Before we start the show, let's take a look at how the situation began between Tommy Dreamer and the Sandman. The Singapore Cane first reared its ugly head in ECW during the Michael Bay controversy as the Sandman and his seductive manager Woman demolished Tommy Cairo and the Sandman's estranged wife Miss Peaches time and time again with the brutal Malaysian stick. Their success against Tommy Cairo earned the Sandman a title match against then television champion Mikey Whipwreck. But when Mikey accidentally bumped into Woman, all hell broke loose. Wrestler after wrestler tried to save Mikey and felt the sting of the Singapore Cane until young Tommy Dreamer came out and took matters into his own hands.
And there's Tommy Dreamer. Sandman misses. Dreamer unloads on the Sandman. Tommy Dreamer to the rescue. All right. Woman just tamed Tommy Dreamer. She caught the Sandman. Tommy Dreamer ducked. Tommy Dreamer ducked. It's Tommy Dreamer and Woman. And Woman slaps the taste out of Dreamer's mouth. And again, she's pain-brushing Dreamer. Dreamer's got hold of Woman. It's gonna slug her. It's gonna slug her. Tommy Dreamer. Oh. Oh my! Tommy Dreamer plants one on the lips of Woman. Tommy Dreamer plants one on the lips of Woman. And the Sandman now caning Tommy Dreamer.
But Tommy Dreamer made sure that hardcore heaven was hell for the Sandman. Tommy Dreamer was hiding underneath the ring. The Sandman has no idea where he is. And Tommy Dreamer has caned the Sandman across the back. The Sandman had no idea where Tommy Dreamer was. Dreamer now busted open the Sandman. The Sandman's face is turning blood red. Tommy Dreamer is hell-bent on revenge. There's no stopping Tommy Dreamer. Woman tried to stop Dreamer. Woman tried to take a shot at Dreamer, but Dreamer blocked it. Dreamer's kissing Woman again. Dreamer's kissing Woman once again.
I want him.
You want who?
I want him.
Who do you want?
I want Dreamer.
Dreamer?
I want him.
What do you want Dreamer for?
I want him bloody. I want him down. I want him on his knees, begging, looking up to me, Woman, like every man does. I want him every way. I want him.
See what I have to put up with, Tommy Dreamer? Something that you've created. She wants you bloody. She wants you beaten. I'm gonna light your butt up like a Christmas tree, Dreamer. Tonight, what Woman wants, Woman gets.
Dreamer, one lit butt deserves another for the worst kiss ever.
Right here on ECW television. No other promotion would dare air this. This is a Singapore caning match. The loser of this match between the Sandman and Tommy Dreamer will receive 10 shots with the Singapore cane. And what an evil manager has the Sandman. The music echoes off of every wall here in the ECW arena, and that man doesn't want to feel that Singapore cane ever again. The look of determination on the Sandman's face. He's thinking caning and nothing else. And Dreamer head towards the ring, slides underneath the bottom rope. They're not going to wait for the introductions. Tommy Dreamer takes over the Sandman. Nice hip toss.
with the Singapore
Sandman
King.
whipped in by Tommy Dreamer. Here comes Dreamer. Dreamer, beautiful spinning kick. Momentum takes him up and over the top rope. He's got the Sandman by the legs. Oh, and the Sandman feels the brunt of Tommy Dreamer taking it to the streets. The Sandman now being dragged underneath the bottom rope. And with a little assist from our great fans here in the ECW arena, Tommy Dreamer takes a chair to the city. He missed. That would have knocked him cold, and that one may have. The loser of this match will get caned when we return. We're back, and so is the Sandman. Compliments of Tommy Dreamer. The Sandman up and over the guardrail, hits the arena floor. And the Sandman looks a bit dazed, doesn't know where he is. But he is in the ECW arena, and that means there is no escape from Tommy Dreamer. Dreamer steps back through the ropes, stalking the Sandman, cinches him up. The Sandman just put the referee, didn't see the DDT. I believe he caught a thumb in the eye from the Sandman. Well, this match is pretty much done. The Sandman is out. Here's woman in the ring. She's got the cane. The Sandman. Well, Dreamer's got hold of woman. Here comes the Sandman. The Sandman just almost clocked his own manager. Oh, my! Did you hear that shot? DDT! The Sandman spiked Dreamer 1, 2, and 3. Oh, my! Tommy Dreamer couldn't have worse luck. There's no way they're gonna make Dreamer take 10 shots to Singapore Cane after that. He had the match won. The referee caught a thumb in the eye. Woman and Sandman took full advantage of the situation.
This time, the Sandman gets the cane. Tommy Dreamer.
No way, here comes some wrestlers from the back. There's no way that decision's gonna stand. The Sandman can't get away with this. Not even here in ECW. I mean, we've got a justice system here. This isn't Long Island. Oh, thank heaven, here's Todd. Here's our commissioner.
This match can be restarted. We can restart this match because we'll interfere in the match.
Right, let's restart the match. You got a raw deal.
It's okay, we'll restart the match right now.
Thank heaven for our commissioner.
It's listen. I signed the contract. This is ECW. Get out of here before I kick your ass. I'm taking the cane. I'm a man, bro.
What is he thinking? Dreamer's telling us he's taking out suspenders. He wants the 10 shots. Well, you've got to admire the courage of Tommy Dreamer, submitting to 10 lashes after being robbed. Oh, I don't know if I want to watch this.
All you have to do is get down on your knees and bow to me. You don't have to take these 10 laps.
Well, Dreamer given an option, bow at the feet of woman and forego the 10 shots. I guess Dreamer fluffed that off. Oh, I don't want to watch this. I can't look.
Dreamer, you don't have to go through this, Dreamer. Dreamer, you don't have to go through this. All you have to do is get down on your knees and kiss my feet. Come on, you're a big man.
Why don't you get down on your knees and kiss my ass?
And those shots will get harder.
Come on, big boy. Is that all you can take? I can stop this right now.
Hang in there,
Make
Tommy.
you stop. Come on, Dreamer. All you have to do is get down on your knees. Like any real man.
Maybe in some other promotion, but this is ECW. Oh!
Is this what a real man's all about?
Oh, would somebody please shut her up?
Dreamer. Come on your knees and kiss my feet. And I will make him stop.
Would somebody cane her? Oh!
Wow.
Tommy, please, just bow. I mean,
Dreamer, you just
nobody's
make
gonna
a
call
word
you a
and I'll
pretty
make
boy.
him
You're a
stop.
man. Oh, God, look at the pain etched in his face. Just kiss her feet, Tommy. You're risking your career.
Come on, Dreamer. Kiss my feet, and it will be all over. I'll make him stop.
Look at the welts on Dreamer's back. Oh, my.
Well. Come on, Dreamer. Come on. All you have to do is get on your knees.
Dreamer's has been
Beg me.
busted open. He's
Kiss my
bleeding
feet.
across
Come
his
on.
back.
Come on, Dreamer. I can stop this right now. I'll make him stop, or I'll make him hit you again. What's it gonna be? Come on, tell me, what's it gonna be? Are you gonna get on your knees, or are you gonna take it again? I can make him stop. I can make him stop. All you have to do is get down on your knees and bow to me.
And Dreamer opts for the cane.
He doesn't want to stop, Commissioner. He wants to take it like a man. All he has to do is get down on his knees and beg.
If
Come on,
Tommy
Dreamer.
Dreamer would have bowed
Right
right
here.
now, nobody
Come on.
would think
I'll make
any
him
less of
stop.
him.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Tommy, what are you thinking? Oh! And Tommy's asking for it. Well, Dreamer has made his point.
Dreamer.
He can take everything the Sandman can dish out and more.
Dreamer. One quick little bow. Think about it. All you have to do is bow. Come on, Dreamer. You can't take this.
May I have another?
The shots are getting harder and harder. Dreamer bleeding. The crimson running down his back, but he is taking each and every one of these shots with dignity. He refuses to
Dreamer boy.
bow.
Come on, Dreamer. How much more can you take? Come on. Come on, Dreamer. How much more can you take? On your knees. Come on. I'll make him stop. I can do that, you know, I'm a woman.
Dreamer now barely able to get to his feet, but again assumes the position.
Right here. Come on.
This is his last chance.
Dreamer boy, this is your last chance.
That was number 9. Can Dreamer absorb
Bow
one more
to me
shot with that
or
cane?
take the pain. Come on, Dreamer.
Dreamer's got a decision to
Bow
make.
to me
Will he bow
or
at woman's
take
feet
the pain.
or take the 10th shot? He can barely stand.
Come on, Dreamer, on your knees and kiss my feet.
This
Your
is
best
brutal.
shot.
Dreamer asking for Sandman's best shot. I don't want to see
Give it
this.
to him, Sandman.
Oh my God! Can Tommy Dreamer ever come back from this beating? Tommy Dreamer absorbed 10 of the hottest shots I have ever seen. He didn't have to. Commissioner Todd Gordon gave him the option of restarting the match because he was wrong. But Dreamer took each and every one of those shots like a man, and he's standing. He's walking tall. He's up on his feet. Dreamer is still standing, asking the Sandman, that's all you got? Dreamer knows the Sandman. What guts by Tommy Dreamer? What a man! Tommy Dreamer belongs in ECW. Listen to him. He said, I never quit. I never back down. This is ECW, and this is where I belong. And Tommy Dreamer proved that tonight. And the Sandman takes an 11th shot. That man is a pig. And the young man lying on his back, whether his name went in the winner's column or the loser's column tonight, is the real winner. Because he withstood everything the Sandman had to give him. And you can disregard Tommy Dreamer's looks because tonight he proved to everybody in the ECW in Philadelphia and throughout the world that he is a hardcore wrestler and he belongs in the ECW. And the fans are behind Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer has earned his place here in the ECW arena, and I wouldn't want to be in the Sandman's boots. Dreamer will get his revenge.
Well, this is it. It has come down to just two men. Too Cold Scorpio and the franchise Shane Douglas. The finals for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Both men had one tough night getting into the finals. The time for talk is done. It's time for action. Who will be the new World Heavyweight Champion? Too Cold Scorpio or the franchise Shane Douglas?
The franchise gets a T-bone suplex from the Tasmaniac. And the ECW Heavyweight Champion is in trouble now. The Tasmaniac cinching up Douglas. Douglas goes behind, rolls up the Tasmaniac. He's got a handful of tights, 2 and 3, and Shane Douglas will advance to the tournament. Too Cold Scorpio indicating it's time to go to the top for the Scorpio Splash, but Benoit is on his feet. Chris Benoit going to the top for a superplex. And Benoit hits the superplex on Scorpio. Roll up! Wait a minute! Whose shoulders were down? Who got their shoulders up? Only one man can advance in the NWA World Heavyweight Title Tournament. Will it be Chris Benoit or Too Cold Scorpio? Who got the pinfall? Come on, ref, who is it? It's Benoit. It's got to be Benoit. No, Too Cold Scorpio advances in the NWA title tournament. Dean Malenko setting his head too soon. Douglas picking up Malenko. Pile driver on Dean Malenko. And Shane Douglas now with momentum in his favor, but unable to capitalize as he has taken tremendous punishment here in this tournament and here at the hands of Dean Malenko. Douglas going for another pile driver. Will he hit? Yes! Dean Malenko spiked once again by the ECW Heavyweight Champion. And that's all for Dean Malenko. He's gonna have to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee, be a little more elusive. Leapfrog off the ropes. Beautiful shoulder block that floors 911. 911 actually went down. Scorpio going for the high cross body, gets caught. 911 picking up Scorpio like a small child and tossing Too Cold Scorpio. Holy dangerously mocking Too Cold Scorpio. Don Cornelius, he is not. 911 has Scorpio by the throat. Choke slam coming up. Up and down. Oh my, what elevation. And that will be all
for the high-flying two. Wait, there's Doink. What's Doink doing out here? He was demolished. He was massacred. He got squashed here tonight by 911. Why on earth when he's pummeling Paulie Dangerously? Why on earth would Doink ever want to lay eyes on 911 again? 911 made him a part of the canvas tonight. And 911 now has hold of Doink once again. And the beating will continue. Wait a minute. Who's that? Wait a minute. That's Matt Bourne. But how can Matt Bourne? Well, Matt Bourne is Doink is Matt. If that's Matt Bourne, then who's Doink? Well, Matt Bourne is repeatedly beating on 911. Here comes Doink. I believe I'm seeing double. That's Shane Douglas. That's the franchise. That is the franchise. The franchise and Matt Bourne got 911 eliminated from this tournament, and Scorpio will advance.
Well, this is it, the final match for the National Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Championship. It has come down to the ECW Heavyweight Champion, the franchise Shane Douglas, and the high-flying Too Cold Scorpio. This title was at one time the richest prize in all of professional wrestling. It is now being resurrected here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And at the end of this matchup, one of these two men, Shane Douglas or Too Cold Scorpio, will wear the belt of the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Drop toe hold by Scorpio. Now riding the franchise, ties up the legs. Douglas finds a counter, reverses the hold, now tying up Too Cold Scorpio. Takes it into a single leg Boston Crab. And now the franchise ties up the legs of Too Cold Scorpio and leans back. Every wrestler tonight here in the ECW arena, be they friend or foe to the franchise or Scorpio, has come out from the dressing room to ringside to watch this historic matchup. Douglas now reaches back, pulling up on the neck of Too Cold Scorpio. This is a submission maneuver. Scorpio says no way. Referee checking to see if Douglas is caught up in the ropes. Absolutely not. Douglas is tying up Scorpio. Too Cold Scorpio breaking the hold. Scorpio over the top. Beautiful wrestling by Too Cold's cover. 2-0. Shane Douglas kicks out with authority. And both men displaying the classic wrestling style, which epitomized the National Wrestling Alliance for so many years, with great champions like Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, Lou Thez, Harley Race. The two size each other up once again. Collar and elbow tie-up. Go behind by Scorpio. Douglas reverses it. And it's Scorpio going behind Douglas once again. Beautiful move into a sunset flip. 1, 2, and no. 2 count only. And Too Cold Scorpio, just like that, back on his feet. Too Cold Scorpio is lightning quick. Commissioner Todd Gordon, ECW commissioner, that is, walking around ringside, as is every wrestler here in Eastern Championship Wrestling. Of course, the ECW very proud in having been selected as the host of the National Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Championship Tournament here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as the franchise slaps Too Cold Scorpio. And this is what separates the franchise, Shane Douglas, from virtually every other wrestler in the sport. He can beat you physically, but enjoys toying with you mentally, trying to employ some ring psychology on Scorpio. Scorpio, a seasoned veteran, though, who has traveled very well extensively, wrestled in Japan and Mexico, and Scorpio will not be intimidated by the franchise Shane Douglas. Scorpio now chopping away on the ECW Heavyweight Champion. Snapmare brings Douglas out of the corner, and Too Cold Scorpio drives the knee into the forehead between the eyes of Shane Douglas. 1.5 into a leg drop. 1, 2, and oh, so close. 2 3/4. We were just inches away from crowning a new National Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Champion in Too Cold Scorpio. Inside cradle, small package, 2 and no, reversed. 1, 2 and reversal again. 1, 2 for Scorpio, no. Douglas on top, 2 and oh, so close. What wrestling! What wrestling by both men, and the fans here in the ECW arena appreciative of the athleticism of both combatants, Douglas and Scorpio. The two lock up once again in the center of the ring. Douglas downstairs with the knee, follows up with a forearm, and now stomping away with the flat of the boot. That is legal on Too Cold Scorpio. Douglas setting up Scorpio for what could be a superplex. The franchise now going up, cinching up Scorpio. Scorpio trying to block it. That's twice. And Scorpio throws off the franchise. Too Cold to the top turnbuckle. He can do it all from up there. What elevation? 1, 2, and no! 2 and 7/8, we'll call it. Scorpio just an inch away from becoming World Heavyweight Champion. And now it's Scorpio with the chin lock on the franchise, leaning down with all of his weight, trying to crimp the neck of Shane Douglas. This move's so simple yet so effective because as the franchise fights for air, conversely, Too Cold Scorpio is given a bit of a breather. All he has to do is lean on Shane Douglas with all 238 pounds. Douglas is doing all the work. Shane Douglas is carrying all of the weight. Very evenly contested matchup to this point. Shane Douglas opting not to bend or break the rules. He wants to win this title with honor. He wants no dispute that he is a World Heavyweight Champion. Douglas goes behind, belly to back suplex. Textbook, nicely executed by the franchise, who has said before he wants to be the National Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Champion. It's his turn, it's his time, so says the franchise. Shane Douglas now applying the pressure to Too Cold Scorpio, really leaning back. Too Cold Scorpio being asked by the referee, do you want to give it up? Scorpio emphatically answering no. Scorpio now getting to his knees. That will alleviate most of the pressure on his lower back. Douglas still wrenching back on the neck. Scorpio, can he stand up with Douglas? Yes. What leg strength by Too Cold Scorpio. Douglas is going up. Douglas trying to reach the ropes. But no, elevator down. Too Cold Scorpio just drops, throws his feet out from underneath, and Shane Douglas goes crashing to the canvas. The franchise now begging off, trying to stall for time. Too Cold Scorpio now with forearm shots, shoots in the franchise. Scorpio with elevation on the clothesline, and the franchise is down. Scorpio going to, this should be all, wait a minute. Slingshot splash, that should be all. Cover, 2, and yeah, no! The franchise finds the back door. You know, there are some parallels that can be drawn between these two athletes, both former amateur champions and former World Tag Team champions. Too Cold Scorpio with Marcus Alexander Bagwell, Shane Douglas with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat who was a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Scorpio going to the top. Drop kick lands right on the chest of Shane Douglas. Scorpio with such elevation almost got caught up in the lights here in the ECW arena. Scorpio now off the ropes, slides through the bottom ropes, and the franchise meets the steel rail. Scorpio going out after the franchise, who is a former two-time Eastern Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. And Shane Douglas whipped into the guardrail, goes in backwards. And the franchise is in trouble. Too Cold Scorpio now following Shane Douglas into the crowd. Well, even the most classic of wrestling matchups you've got to expect here in the ECW arena in South Philadelphia is gonna get it, well, a little bit hardcore to say the least. Shane Douglas now not faring too well, but he has proven he is championship material, winning the ECW Heavyweight Championship from a former NWA World Champion Terry Funk some 5 months ago. And Scorpio sends Douglas over the guardrail back to ringside. As all of our great fans look on here, not only from Philadelphia, but from Japan and around the world, as are the photographers at ringside. Scorpio now cinching up Douglas. Douglas blocking the suplex. Douglas trying to reverse it, up and oh! And drops Too Cold Scorpio. Stomach first across the steel guardrail. Shane Douglas fighting fire with fire. Scorpio took it to the outside. Shane Douglas actually had no recourse but to get a little rough. As I've said before, so many fans here from all over the world believe an entourage of some 50 fans alone from the land of the rising sun, Japan, here to witness the crowning of a new National Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Championship. That's how much this title means to the sport. The wrestling world is abuzz at the resurrection of the NWA World Heavyweight title, and either one of these athletes would be a model champion. Shane Douglas brings Scorpio in with a beautiful vertical suplex. Douglas telling everyone here in the jam-packed arena that is all 1, 2, and no. 2 only, as Too Cold Scorpio with a lot of fight left in him. Douglas now with Too Cold Scorpio. Scorpio face first into the turnbuckle. And now Scorpio fighting back with Douglas. The two go toe-to-toe. I'd like to point out that Shane Douglas was not accompanied to the ring by the roughneck Mr. Hughes. He opted to go it alone. Shane Douglas has no manager. Shane Douglas has no friends at ringside. In fact, the last manager Douglas had was sensational Sherry Martel, who after being dumped by the franchise is now managing Ric Flair in World Championship Wrestling. Douglas misses the high cross body, and the franchise is now in trouble. Too Cold Scorpio picking up Shane Douglas. Tombstone pile driver by Too Cold Scorpio. And Scorpio says that is all. Scorpio going to the top. Picture perfect moonsault, but misses. Shane Douglas with the presence of mind to roll out of the way, saw the moonsault coming. Belly to belly on Scorpio. 1, 2, and 3. And Shane Douglas has captured the National Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Championship. Shane Douglas has shocked the world.
Wrestling fans, your new NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the franchise, Shane Douglas!
And while Magnum TA never did capture the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, the belly-to-belly suplex, which he taught to the franchise, Shane Douglas, brought that very prestigious title to the ECW and now new National Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Champion.
Shane, let me tell you something. You may be the franchise, but there ain't gonna be no bitching or no whining because you just happen to be the better man tonight. But you are the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And if I don't say so myself, I will be on your ass for that belt.
Well, it's no secret who Shane's first challenger will be.
No question about it. Too Cold Scorpio, you are one hell of a competitor. And I will not be a champion that hides. I stand here before God and my Father in heaven tonight. As I said, I would be world's heavyweight champion. In the tradition of Lou Thesz, in the tradition of Jack Briscoe, of the Briscoe brothers, of Dory Funk Jr., of Terry Funk, the man who'll never die. As the real nature boy, Buddy Rogers, upstairs tonight. From the Harley races to the Barry Windhams to the Ric Flairs. I accept this heavyweight title. Wait a second. Of Kerry Von Erich. Of the fat man himself, Dusty Rhodes. This is it tonight, Dad. God, that's beautiful. And Rick Steamboat. And they can all kiss my ass.
What in the hell is he doing?
Because I am not the man who accepts a torch to be handed down to me from an organization that died, R.I.P., 7 years ago. The franchise, Shane Douglas, is the man who ignites the new flame of the sport of professional wrestling.
That's the ECW
Tonight,
belt.
Before God and my Father as witness, I declare myself, the franchise, as the new ECW Heavyweight Champion of the world.
Shane Douglas declaring himself
We have set out
ECW
to change
World
the face
Champion
of professional wrestling. So tonight, let the new era begin. The era of the sport of professional wrestling. The era of the franchise. The era of the ECW.
Well, history has been made, but not as we had expected. The noise is deafening as the fans here in the ECW arena are chanting ECW over and over again as Too Cold Scorpio shakes the hand of the new World Heavyweight Champion and not of the National Wrestling Alliance, but of ECW. The noise is deafening to the point where we cannot even hear the congratulatory remarks of Too Cold Scorpio. The course of professional wrestling history has been altered permanently. The NWA has been declared dead. Long live ECW, and there is your new World Heavyweight Champion.
Carluzzo, do you have a statement?
I have nothing to say at this time. You have to get a statement from our spokesman. I'm on the way now to have a conference call with fellow board direct members Jim Crockett and Steve Ricard. What happened tonight was a disgrace. I'm disappointed at it. Shane Douglas is the NWA champion. He threw the belt down. He had no right to do that. Remember one thing, ECW is an NWA member and they're under our jurisdiction. I'm going to leave right now, have a conference call, and all I can say is Shane Douglas is the world champion, NWA world champion, whether he likes it or not, and we're also going to have this problem taken care of with this ECW championship. We're going to talk about the possibility of having both belts stripped from him, because he doesn't deserve to be the NWA world champion.
When do you expect to get this resolved?
Hopefully tonight. Thank you.
Well, Dennis Carluzzo of the National Wrestling Alliance obviously upset, claiming Shane Douglas is not worthy of being the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Standing by right now is ECW Commissioner Todd Gordon, who is going to straighten out this entire situation and shock the wrestling world.
I listened with great interest as the representative of the NWA Board of Directors took it upon himself to inform you that they have the power to force NWA Eastern Championship Wrestling not to recognize the franchise Shane Douglas as the World Heavyweight Champion. Well, as of noon today, I have folded NWA Eastern Championship Wrestling. In its place will be ECW, Extreme Championship Wrestling, and we recognize the franchise Shane Douglas as our World Heavyweight Champion. And we encourage any wrestler in the world today to come to the ECW to challenge for that belt. This is the ECW, Extreme Championship Wrestling, changing the face of wrestling.
Johnny, Johnny, Johnny. What? Come on. Wow, come. Looking for 5-0, Johnny. Shut up. Jeez, Johnny, can't you go any faster than that? Don't rush me, shut up. That's nice work you're doing there. Oh, I'm good. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Have a little trouble with that M. Not bad, no college education. Oh, Johnny, if you think we were hardcore before. Now, we're gonna take it to the extreme.